Hey, what up, y'all? Mr. Cruz here, the latest teacher you never had, back with another video. Today's video, I'm going to be breaking down one of my latest beats called Eulogy. So let's check it out.
Hey, yo, Mr. Cruz.
Now, the big part about this beat was the sample. So again, I usually start with my melodies. So I'm going to show you guys, this was a sample beat, and I don't sample very often. I'm starting to do it a lot more, but I used to sample a lot. When I first started making music, I sampled a ton. And I kind of fell away from it because I really wanted to get good at making original compositions and making original beats. So now that I feel pretty confident in what I can do without the use of a sample, I want to get back into sampling. So here's the sample that I started out with. It's a piano concerto from Bach. Yeah, from Bach. So here was the original that I used. All right, so that was the original sample. So all I did is I used something called Dr. Octorex. And if you're familiar with Reason, you know what Dr. Octorex is. But if you're not, Dr. Octorex it's pretty much a automatic sample chopper. And what you can do is when you import an audio file into Reason, it automatically sets these little slices into your audio file. And these Reason automatically uses an algorithm that determines where the transients are or where it thinks those slices should go, which is where it thinks the transients are. So with something like a piano sample, and this is kind of why I like to sample like classical music or piano music, is because the transients are so easy to detect, and it makes making those chops a lot easier, because you typically, at least for me, when I chop a sample, I want it to be at the beginning of the transient. So like wherever that melody, that tone, that harmony begins, that's where I want my sample to be. And it's really easy for Reason to detect it when it's only one instrument playing. So here is where it had all this, the slices that it automatically inputted, and all I did, and this is kind of all you have to do, is I right-clicked it, and then I put bounce to Rex loop. And then when it bounces it to Rex loop, it turns it into, well, in Reason, it's a plugin. It turns it into a rack called the Dr. Octorex. And in Dr. Octorex, each one of these individual slices that we saw in our original sample is assigned to a different key. So from there, I just opened up Dr. Octorex and let the slices pretty much take care of themselves. And I just played around on my keys. So I got it selected here to select slice by MIDI so that you can see which keys I'm hitting. And then I just played around. You know, and then kind of came up with the melody that we hear in that beat. So I came up with this. And this is kind of something that I have to get used to, that I have to get better at, is I like see how many slices I have there. And then I use like 5. I use 4 or 5 of them. And then the other thing is that I transpose the notes up. So it says here that I transpose them up two semitones. And then, I mean, the rest was kind of history from there. And then, so once I came up with that, I originally had the beat where it was a kick, and instead of a snare, it was a rim shot. But came up with the drums there, and of course next was the 808. Now this 808 from Europa, is like the greatest thing that I've discovered in like the last couple weeks, the last month. I use this 808 on pretty much almost every single beat since I've discovered it. because before that I was using samples, and I'm just not using samples as often. But one of the things you can hear in the 808 is the distortion. It has this automatic, not as automatic, but its own little window for adding effects, a limited amount of effects, but I have some distortion on there. But from there, the rest was history, you know? And then those little keys that you hear in the background. Dun, dun, dun. But there you go. That's what I got. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you want to go ahead and take a listen to the beat, this link to my beat store is down in my bio. Outside of that, it's your boy, Mr. Cruz, out.